Face it, you're never gonna get my power. Doesn't look like I need your power. Okay, I might have seen that being memed to hell and back. Anyways, hello everyone, this is Recycling the Jug Gamer, and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Last time, we went to a festival. And I got a girlfriend. We're moving up in the world. This is only Act 3. I'm not even kidding. Look. Act 3, sleight of hand. Anyways. The following days passed uneventfully and with surprising quickness. I find renewed motivation to learn sign language. It seems that I have a knack for learning sign, so it would be a waste to not do it. And falling behind would be even more unacceptable. Shizune would have a head. Summer break is coming up, even though I figured that student council would work to see a drop-off propositional, to see how lethargic my classes are becoming. It doesn't happen that way. Every day I get swamped under increasingly meaningless work. Despite how much I want to, I don't even have a free second to talk to Shizune nowadays. Every time I look at her, her face is buried in some book of records or some stack of papers that need to be checked out over in triplicate. Today I woke up early to come to school before everyone else, hoping to catch Shizune. She has a habit of coming in first thing in the morning, to be more punctual than all the other students. Unfortunately, I think I'm earlier than her. Near the student council door click closed to my right tells me that isn't the case. I guess I got just behind her. Up in the room and tap Shizune on the shoulder to get her attention. Maybe she expects a conversation, which is why she puts down the carton of orange juice in her hand. Good morning. Where's your better half? We are separate individuals. Think about it. They must get that quite a bit. I can think of no other way to explain how ready she was with that answer. You're here, Oldie. That's good. You can help me... I forgot I have a voice file. That's good. You can help me over there with some handouts. They're going out later today. I came here early specifically so I could see you without having to do work. According to Misha, being early isn't new for you. It's not new for you either. Are you saying you want to race? Shizune adjusts her glasses nonchalantly, a gesture that belays how giddy she is inside, at the thought of having something very petty to take competitively and seriously. I think the smaller the matter is, the more excites her. It's not a race. Do you want to make it a contest? I don't. I almost forgot to add the last part, the most important part. But that's fine. There's too many days left in the school year. I get tired of it anyways. With that, Shizune picks up her juice and finishes it off. I don't know if she's going to try and shoot the empty container into the trash, but she doesn't. In fact, she seems puzzled as to why I seem so disappointed. Let me get to the point. I just wanted to talk. Our break is practically here, you know. I wish to spend more time together anyway. I was just thinking that we could do that over the summer. Their face took as red as mine must be, and she starts adjusting her glasses flustered, with an on-purpose gesture. She has her fingers together in thought, considering her next words carefully. You mean like a date? That's because we're going out somewhere, that instantly makes it a date? It's not? I want it to be a date. Then it is one. Approvingly claps her hands once, before adding onto my statement. But not today. I'm going away for a week to visit my family. That's an oddly formal way of putting it. For that reason, my interest is piqued. Maybe her family is the prim and proper, traditional kind, living in a giant, old-timey mansion with a little stream and koi pond, where everyone wears kimonos all the time. It's a wild assumption. Yeah, she's not Lily. I should know, Lily's family is in, what was it? Ireland? British? I forget. Well, assumption, but it's fun to speculate sometimes. What if Shizune puts on the appearance of being a calm and mature good daughter, like Lily when she is with her family? I can't imagine it, but if there's even a possibility that it's true, then I must see it. Only a week? It must not be that far off a trip then. Of course not, they're still in Japan after all. Really? It isn't like you can come with me. Is that what you're trying to say? Why can't I? It isn't like you would enjoy it. You don't know that. It could be fun. Ah, I almost forgot. You didn't answer my question. Are you going alone or is Misha going with you? Does your family know sign? Misha's coming along. The part of the question left unanswered is the most telling. If Shizune's family can't communicate with her, I have to wonder what her childhood was like. She probably wrote everything on the pad she carries around and still produces out of nowhere sometimes. Usually it's when neither Misha or I are around. I can notice her from far away when she pulls it out like a last resort, grimacing the whole time. If Misha's going, then I'm going too. Do you like Misha? It's the principle of the thing. I entertain the notion that Shizune might actually be jealous, but I doubt it. She usually wears her emotions pretty plainly on her face. I don't see anything that would support my theory right now. I think you're just bored. That's okay though. Alright, we'll all go together. It's just what I hoped for in the first place. You can't skip out on the student council today to pack your bags just because you're coming with us on such a short notice. It's no excuse. It's okay. I hardly have anything to pack anyways. Shizune pauses, setting her fingers thoughtfully. I've come to this school on very short notice. It could be that she's thinking back to the time when she and Misha unexpectedly shoved themselves into my room. Got a glimpse of all my medicines. That was an awkward moment I'd like to forget. I don't like revisiting it. The way she tiptoes around the issue, even now, only makes me more uncomfortable. I did. It was kind of an on-the-spot decision. It worked out better than I expected, though. I hope Shizune won't pursue the matter, and to my relief, she doesn't. My home is in a particularly beautiful part of Saitama. We'll be leaving early in the morning, so be ready. Let's talk about it more later, okay? For now, those handouts won't look over themselves, and you're going to help me. I usually am good with the voices, but whenever it's the, sign language, I always default to my own, for some reason. It's weird. Like my own voice, that's weird. As Shizune dives into her work, pulling me along with her, I think that she seems almost, but not quite, excited to go. Oh yeah, her boyfriend's coming along. Honestly, I'm surprised she's not more terrified. And I'm guessing we're now going to be heading... Well, I was going to say home, but... Well, I guess, yeah, it is her home. When Shizune and Misha arrive early the next morning to pick me up, they are dressed in something other than the school uniform I've grown used to seeing them in. That makes sense since we're on a holiday, but it's still jarring. Shizune's dress is sharp and fashionable, almost too much for a quiet place like Yamaku. Thinking back to what she wore at the Tanabata festival, I'm starting to notice a trend with her. Other clothes are very tasteful and mature, very well thought out. So then, I wonder why she herself is so immature. Push Gen C 2004. At least Misha's clothes reflect her inner self on the outside. They're bringing so little. I said I would. I said there wasn't much to pack. Then I passed and walks her own rather large collection of luggage with her foot as embarrassed. Misha only has one suitcase with her, but it's almost bigger than she is. She looks self-conscious about it as well. God, that suitcase is as big as a compact car. The pea green color is unsettling too. It's like something used to transport bodies. The way they look right now makes me want to tease them a little. Ah, that's no luck for you and Misha, isn't it? Having to carry those huge bags. Gotta pack light next time, like me. Everything fits into one little suitcase. Like James Bond! Yes, exactly like James Bond! The reason why I'm laughing is because of body things because of me with Misha's luggage. Yes, exactly like James Bond. Then gently tugs at her glasses in concentration. We should split the amount we carry equally. Wow, that's a good idea, Shi-chan! What? No! It would benefit us all. Yep! I'm gonna have to say no! You're outvoted. She almost just before that she signs it. Terrifying. Well, I was just kidding. I don't mind carrying a few extra. I just thought it'd be fun to mess with you about. But if you were going to try and make me carry it all, I was going to ride that giant great case down the mountain like a sled. This seems to make Shizune laugh, and she holds her hand into your mouth to hold it back. I think she's hiding it. I wonder if she can laugh. If not, that might be why she does that. That kind of makes me feel sad. Hey, new background. I always love it when we get to these where we see a different background than usual. Because it's such a small detail, but it's like, obviously, we see our room a lot, we see the hallway a lot, we see the school a lot. Like, those are very, very generic places we go to. Then we go to places like this, like the town, where that old guy's shop, and it's specific to a route. It's just, I love it. I just love seeing new places like this. That taken care of, we head for the train station, and a very uneventful ride follows. Shizune and Misha managed to fall asleep almost instantly, but I found myself unable to. That's never happened before. Maybe it's my medication. Honestly, I did that on the plane. I couldn't fall asleep. I was next to a guy that what's the word? He gets airsick. He could not stomach the ride, so he had to use a lot of bags. I had to give him my own bag near the end of the flight. And it's just, I know that it's possibly the only way they formed to travel, and it's uncomfortable, which is why I dealt with it the best I could. I just tried to sleep through most of it, and which I actually did after a while. But usually on like planes and trains, I just look out the window and try to distract myself. We arrive at Shizune's house. It's quite a bit larger than I envisioned it would be. I don't think huge would even be an overstatement. Would be much of an overstatement. It's a nice looking house. I like it. You live in a mansion? Shizune indigently stands up on her tiptoes so that we're eye level and frowns deeply, having had my comment translated to her by Misha. As if she's saying, how can you even suggest such a thing? This is just a normal house. Nothing as ostentatious as a mansion. I believe our definitions of those terms are quite different then. That's a huge house. Hee-chan, are you surprised? Do you want me to point out where you'll be staying? I think we have a guest room, but I'm not sure if we have two. I'll check. It's no problem though, Hee-chan. Shi-chan and I can share a room if we have to. Well, unless hers is being used for something else now. Not sure? I'm starting to think Shizune doesn't spend a lot of time at home. Before I can make a joke of it at her expense, Shizune vanishes into the house and Nisha goes with her, leaving me alone on the grounds. I don't want to fall on them side just yet. Put my bag down by the front door and take the opportunity to look around the grounds, just making a quick lap around the house. Who the heck are you? Even though it takes just a few minutes, when I get back, the first thing I notice is that my bag is gone, and the tiny girl is in her place. She looks a lot like Shizune, although Shizune wouldn't wear red shorts and star and moon stockings. Hi, are you Shizune's little sister or something? No, I'm her little brother. My name is Hideki. Hideki. It's nice to meet you. That voice of the sponge straightforward, monotone, and also definitely male. I feel embarrassed to the point where I could almost turn around and leave right now. I can remember my way back to the train. Are you the second person that my sister brought with her? Brought with her? I'm not luggage. Anyway, I'm Estelle. Did you take my bag? Yes. It is my right to keep anything I find on my property. No, it's not! That's not how it works at all! As even particularly well-spoken little kids believe in the law of finders keeper. Even though I call him little, he doesn't seem that much younger now that I think about it. Maybe 2 or 3 years younger at most. I give it to Shizune. It's inside. Are you on the student council? Yeah, how did you know? Does she bring it up often? I almost said, does she talk about it often? That could have been bad. Yes, all the time. Do you get along with her? Get along? That's a weird question. I'd be on the student council if I couldn't get along with her. What about you? Do you two get along well? Even though he has a monotone voice, his face is as expressive as Shizune's, and belays how he really feels. It must run in the family. Like he isn't happy about my question for whatever reason. I'm sorry. I was only asking because you both act so much alike. I don't know why, but it feels like he's teasing me. Unfortunately, it works. I don't like being compared to Shizune. You're a lot more like Shizune, but that's to be expected. I took you for a little sister, even. If you don't want people to make that mistake, you should dress more appropriately. I understand. My clothes are perfectly seasonal. What's with the stockings? They are cool. You act like my sister. Eventually, people will start mistaking you for her. I guess my comment hit him harder than I thought. I would explain this attempt at turning it around. I hate being compared to other people. Shizune doesn't like it when she is compared to others, either. I thought that Hideki was a little more mature than Shizune, but they have the same competitive streak and inclination to provoke people. What if he's like this because of Shizune, or if it's the other way around? Neither do you, right? Okay, I get it. I shouldn't be so petty. Especially the little kids. Hideki seems to accept this as an acknowledgement of defeat, which is something that I feel like I can't let go. Nevertheless, I'll just have to let it go while I have the chance. I can hear Misha's laughter bouncing through the halls the moment I step through the door to the house, and follow it into what I would guess is the living room. It holds more people than I expected. Oh, Lily! Akira! What are you two doing here? What? Among them, I spot a distinctive and familiar blonde ponytail. I'm more confused by why Lily is here than surprised. Shizune seems just as surprised. Lily doesn't look ecstatic about this chance meeting either. Then next to Lily is a tall, androgynous looking woman in a sharp suit. I like to assume that it's her older sister, but I don't want to risk it. I didn't expect that you would arrive so early. At first I think she's talking to me, but it turns out she was referring to Shizune. I don't think Lily even notices my presence. I'm clearly walked in on them mid-conversation. It looks like her focus on Shizune. You're gonna hear me. I should have rearranged my entire schedule around you. Nichan says I should have arranged my entire schedule just for you. That would have been nice, but I would not expect you to do such a thing. Oh, hey Hichan! You're finally here! Yeah, hello Lily. Oh, Asao? This is quite a surprise. Akira, this is Asao, a schoolmate. Asao, this is Akira, my sister. Yo. She has up her hand in a brief and quiet, casual gesture for greeting. So, she is the older sister after all. I hope we're not missing any of your plans. Since we're only going to be here for one more day, then I thought she might as well come with me. Akira turns to me, like she feels compelled to explain. Grateful for that. I suppose my position here would be best described as babysitter. Akira ruffles Hideaki's hair as he carries on with his pastime looking displeased. That is the meaning. Really? Maybe I'll change my title once you get a few more years on you. At least a few centimeters. They make an interesting pair, although Akira looks more like a lawyer than a babysitter. I'm still not really sure why both she and Lily are here though. Taking a glance around the room, these are tennis rackets, golf clubs, and even a stack of fishing poles and tackle boxes decorated here and there. Behind every chair, in every corner, and under every table, there is some piece of outdoor hobbyist equipment. I pick up one of the fishing rods and play with it. This is a nice house. Shizune, looks like your dad has a lot of hobbies. I forget to sign what I say, but Misha's already in the process of interpreting what I said to her. I'm still a little impressed at how automatic interpreting is for Misha. Do you like fish? No, I don't know how. I kind of want to learn, as I heard it's relaxing. There's a river only a short drive away. My whole family knows how to fish. If you want, we could go there sometime. You and Hideki can fish? I didn't expect people your age to know, considering it always seems like a hobby for old men. You know, Lily is great at cooking. If you want some fresh fish, not hard to follow Kira's train of thought. If you want to eat fish, we could go to the store. Lily's voice sounds slightly more authoritative than usual. She really doesn't seem to share her sister's enthusiasm for the idea. She doesn't like Shizune. It's more fun to go fishing. We could even make it like a game and try to see who can catch the biggest one. That would be exciting, right? Yeah, Michan, what do you think? It sounds fun, doesn't it? Yeah, it definitely could be. Sounds like a plan. I didn't know how to fish either, so now's as good as the time to learn. Eyes just towards Lily, who remains unmoved. This sours Akira smile a bit, and makes me wonder why Lily's being so obstinate about this. I don't think we have enough fishing equipment for everyone. We can take turns. It'll be a team battle. What is she saying? We can take turns. She also wants to make it a contest. Come on, Lily. Might as well make the most of it. This is gonna be competitive to see who can catch the biggest fish or the most. Looks like the older sister understands better, as always. Nichan says that she supposed Lily would prefer to go to the store, right? It's much less work, so it's natural that she would. Going fishing would be more fun, though, and save money. Akira, you have the right idea. God damn, Shizune, why? Akira gives a gracious, if slightly stilted smile. Shizune's praise wasn't her goal after all. Is the river quite far away? I don't think it's that far, and we can drive if we have to. I'm okay with that as long as you catch something. And your car fits this many people, and a whole lot of fishing gear on top of that. She puts her lips on her fingers, suddenly move, counting up the amount of passengers and the required cargo. It's going to be taking me, Shizune, Misha, Lily, Akira, and Hideki. 6 people. Damn, my car can only take 5. Actually, if Hideki sits on my lap, then we could. I'm not sitting on your lap. Aww. Jichan says that her father's car would be big enough. What? Fuga? If he doesn't mind us using it, then I guess we'd have no other choice. It's kind of bad for taking my car, because I won't have it for much longer. But Lily's obstinacy and Hideki's question of whether or not we prefer to eat first then bet on a fish dinner that might fail to even materialize. There's no way to dissuade Akira and Shizune as they agree on the transport plan. I need to work on my vocals. There's still too much. Too many characters. My expectations of a somewhat relaxing drive through the countryside are fulfilled. Akira's driving is as smooth and peaceful as his surroundings, to the point where Micho falls asleep during the trip. What's with that face, Shizune? Shizune! And Lily looks quite peeved. I thought this ship would have been rather too slow-paced, but Shizune is liking. But she seems to genuinely enjoy it, even with Hideki awkwardly sandwiched between her and the door. She just keeps looking out the window and smiling. Is that why we don't see the kid? The area surrounding the river is quite beautiful. Akira and Shizune head off for the river so quickly they have no choice but to chase them. We would be left in the dust otherwise. I can see Hideki and Lily are just humoring their siblings, Lily being the more unenthusiastic of the two. Misha seems as happy as ever, though. Looks like she managed to latch onto some of Shizune and Akira's excitement. As for myself, I'd rather eat now, but the thought of fresh fish prepared by Lily is appealing. The river is larger than I imagined. Although very scenic and peaceful, other than a smaller pier apparently built just to fish off of. This place looks untouched by civilization, and makes me realize how much greenery I've seen lately. This... Shizune pulls Misha away so that they can explain how to fish to Akira. Lily and Hideki are talking about between themselves, so I decide to join the enthusiastic trio. So which one of these lures should I use first then? Could I use this cute little one? Wait, this is a contest. We need to pick teams first. Shi-chan and I will be on one team, of course. Shi-chan, you're going to be on our team too, won't you? You can be the student council team. Okay. Alright, that makes Hideki and Lily on the other team. Lily, what should we call ourselves? I don't see why it matters. I don't think it matters. Team No Enthusiasm it is. Yet again, Akira's best efforts are rebuffed. Shizune and Misha, on the other hand, have no lack of enthusiasm whatsoever. Estelle, you can be on our team. You can be our point man. Please try hard to catch as many of the biggest fish possible. Why me? No one even taught me how to fish yet! We can do that now! A trick tutorial. Shizune immediately tries to draw us into a discussion about the strategy in a tag team fishing competition. Somehow, competition doesn't seem particularly applicable to a sport where you spend hours sitting down and hoping a fish bites a wall. Looks like Hideki got stuck with the spare rod. You know, it's just a string tied to a bamboo pole, right? That means when deciding the order, you should go against him. What? Why me? You had the next experience here, Hichan. Yeah, so who's the best here, Shizune? Hideki is your brother. He's probably just as good. He probably fishes all the time since he lives closer to a lake. He might even be better. Watching you three makes my head hurt. You know I'm only hearing 2/3 of a conversation, right? What's this about? Thinking all line up. Akira makes a troubled face. She's getting impatient, which probably isn't too unreasonable. If you're impatient, that only makes me more excited. Now I want to play for higher stakes. What's she saying? She wants to play for higher stakes. Don't be too hasty. You have beginner's luck twice over on our side after all. The only way you'll be able to beat us is by catching a whole ocean. This is freshwater body of water, you marine biologist. A weird insult, delivered with unblinking and innocent good cheer. Akira doesn't seem bothered. She laughs it off and Shizune looks like her usual mischievous self again. Glad to get along. So, going to pick teams or what? I'm getting kinda hungry. Misha and I are on one team, Lily, Hideki, and you're on the other, aren't you? I suppose that's the most obvious arrangement. But it makes me be a little more fun though, eh? You don't want to fish with your own sister? Well, neither of us know how to fish, so putting us on the same team is kinda... Well, it sounds like I heard something kind of dangerous. That changes the subject before Shizune can turn that incredulous look on her face into anything more. So I guess you and Shizune know each other? Sure do! We go way back! Kira throws a knowing grin at Shizune. Until Misha's finished translating what she said that Shizune gains a troubled face. Akira sure is different from Lily. Aside from how they look, she's much more informal and laid back. I expect Lily's family to be all proper and formal like her. This is a surprise, but I feel like she's easy to talk to. As much as I like talking about catching fish, we should probably actually do it sometime. Would you suggest that there should be a lineup like in baseball, or should it be everyone at once, or tag battle style? Can everyone sit where they want, or do teams have to stick together? Do we call where we fish? What fish sizes will be counting? The Akira groan after Misha dutifully translates for her. Shizune rubs her glasses, laughing silently. Never mind, let's just fish then. It could be an individual contest. Also, this was an actual... I've seen this before. I thought this was just fan art or something. I sit down ready to fish, although I'm not feeling very confident. Everyone else is already sitting, except Akira, who takes the seat next to me and throws a line out after taking off her suit jacket and rolling up her sleeve. Isha and Hideki end up sitting on the shores and fishing together, as there's not enough room on the pier for everyone. Truth be told, I'd rather be sitting next to Shizune, but Akira seems approachable enough. Careful there, you're a little close. Don't take all nights, okay? So you never fished before? No, but I've seen a bit on TV. I always wanted to catch one of those big fish with a sword on foreface. Well then I think, if I recall correctly, those are from the ocean. They are saltwater fish. I know that. Why does everyone act like I don't know the difference between freshwater and saltwater fish? If you aren't careful, you scare off the fish, saltwater or not. Kira's voice is somewhat loud between her attempts to both egg on Shizune and keep Lily entertained, so she may have a point. My mind doesn't seem to be picking up anything, so I don't know how much of that is down to Akira. Shizune does her best to relax in the sun and pull off the look off very well, but I can tell that she's been slightly put off by not knowing what's being talked about. Having Misha around can be a real problem. So, what's the score so far? Are you winning? Hope we are, given that I've entrusted you with our team's success. Let's do some awkward signing with a creative placement of my rod. It's probably too close to being gibberish in spoken terms. Like right there, can't you tell? Disappointing. Don't let yourself get distracted. You have to stay focused. Should have known. Well, let's do it in any case. Akira chuckles, although it's clear that really took the wind out of her sails. Is it just numbers now, or are we keeping track of size too? Oh, getting matters. This is gonna be grading though. Are you a certified fish judge? Shizune shakes her head to signify that she isn't. But it doesn't seem like it would be hard to tell. Tell Misha to stop flailing her arms around like that. It's scaring all the fish away. And that's Hideki, why he hasn't been bothered to cast yet. Look over the two and yell what Shizune said to them. Chi-chan! I think he's upset that he's stuck with the backup rod. Since Misha is largely unable to sign anything coherently right now, she only gets a puzzled look from Shizune for a reply. Shizune just sighs at that translator for her. Hey, even if you're depressed about it, you got to try. You can catch the big one for all you know, but you won't catch anything unless you do. I feel that at least half of her encouragement is because if Hideki does catch the big one, she wants to be there to eat it. And having 6 people fishing just leads to better chances of catching something than having 5. The constant awkward shuffling I have to do to communicate with Shizune, not to mention her increased fidgeting, makes me think it might be a good idea to give her a go at fishing. Hey guys, can we switch over now? Sure, Lily. No, please. I have no idea how to fish. To be fair, actually, I guess to be fair, you feel the bar. Actually, no. Because I actually did do a bit of fishing, and when I fished, it was me looking for like visuals. So can Lily fish? I'm sure she can, but it'll be difficult. I understand what they are saying, given that I seem to have taken Nisha's place as Shizune's interpreter right now. Have back down, of you, Lily. Oh boy, here we go. How about translating what she says for fear of sparking another fight? She then says you should at least try. Might even turn out to be fun. Very well. Akira, how do you use this? It's pretty simple. I wonder how ethically it is to purposefully completely change what Shizune said like that. At least it paid off. I think I understand. What bait do you think would be best to use? I prefer something that wouldn't hurt the fish too much. If you're putting a hook through their mouth, I don't think the bait's going to hurt them much more. And letting it go? No, don't do that! But if it isn't big, there's little point in killing it. My hands freed, it's much easier for me to interpret what everyone is saying. Now Shizune is the one that has to deal with her hands being full, but she seems to take it in her stride. That's so arrogant. Okay, I'll only reel in big ones too from now on. What she think? Akira just sighs after I interpret it for her. No, I don't like that only. You know, a fish is a fish. You take what you can get. Unfortunately, Shizune can't hear and Lily doesn't seem to be paying much attention now. Lily's taking to fishing easily. It's a very relaxing activity after all. It isn't long before both of them catch a fish, and surprisingly, Lily is just as interested in which is the bigger of the two as Shizune says. As the hours pass, it seems like they are even starting to have fun. At the end of the day, we have several good-sized fish between us. Even the Hideki and Misha managed to catch one. No one imagines this brings up that we were competing to see who could catch more. I don't think it matters to anyone anymore. Didn't and Misha talk? Actually, shoot, what time is it? Yeah, I should probably end it here. Because I don't know how long this is going to take. So we're going to see what the... Well, I guess, to be fair, we already got to the contest being a draw, I guess. We're going to see how this develops with Lily and Akira being here. On the trip with Shizune. Why are they here? We'll find out, hopefully, next time. See you guys